Ooka chaka, ooka chaka. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. And fuck, I get distracted every time I start this. Anyway, that's a song from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Hooked on a Feeling.
Yes, it is.
Hooked on a feeling.
I'm
Yeah.
high on belief.
Yeah. All right, listeners. Okay, you obviously don't know this, but I conned my co-host. I started the podcast without a song, right? Then I put it off and I started it again with a song. He doesn't know. He thinks I'm gonna zig. That then I zag. But anyway, the name of the podcast is Politics, although I call it Politics. And my name is Presh,
And I am Ty.
and this episode is called Elemental.
It is.
Although
It's
Indiana Jones month.
It is.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm really not thinking about Elemental all that much.
How could you?
And it's a very big month in terms of movies, just generally, right?
Yeah.
New Mission Impossible, new Barbie. Well, not new Barbie, this is the first Barbie movie.
Well, technically new Barbie.
Whatever, man.
It's the first live action, but, Barbie's
Who
still.
cares? There's a new Oppenheimer, which,
Yeah.
the first one made a bomb. Yeah, but anyway. Yes. So yeah, just big month, but I'm very excited for Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
which at time of recording I haven't seen yet.
Yes.
But I think it's a win either way.
Probably.
So if it's a good movie, I'm like, all right, great new Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
If it's bad, I can be like, well. It's because you didn't have George Lucas with you. You flopped. Can you see So Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out in 2007.
Yes.
That's when George Lucas's stocks were at their lowest, right?
Right.
He just made the prequels. He made Indiana Jones. Everybody hated him because, right? Everyone hates the prequels. Everyone hates the fourth Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
People were. What are you doing?
I am checking something.
All right. It seems like you're texting.
No.
All right. Whatever. But you don't need to show me. I trust you. I just asked. All right. But anyway, 16 years since then?
Yeah. Close to that.
It's taken a short 16 years for everyone to want him back.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was always on the correct side of history. I'm a big prequels defender and an Indiana Jones 4 defender. And you know what? If this movie is bad, we were right all along, right? The Disney sequels are bad. Well, this is also a Disney sequel, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Not in the same way. Well, yeah, the Star Wars are also Disney sequels.
Yeah.
All the Disney sequels have proven that George Lucas, even on a bad day, is still a genius.
Yes.
Right? That's all So that's what I'm saying. Either way, I can't lose. Go to the new Indiana Jones. But yeah, we'll be covering that next week.
Yes.
This week is Elemental, like I said.
Yes.
Although we're recording a little bit later.
A little bit.
So we usually record on Sundays. But for the last month, we've been recording on Tuesdays.
Yes.
And today we're recording on a Thursday. So we're very far away. But, this week, Tuesday, was the 4th of July.
Yes.
America's birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, America.
And I was celebrating, so, it's like, people, like, it's a religious holiday. You can't work on a...
So we didn't. We took the 4th of July off.
Well, I did, and then because I was off, you you are off. You don't respect America. Sorry, listeners. There's only one patriot on this podcast.
A patriot for America.
Yes. So you're saying I hate America? Is that what you?
When did I say that?
They're not going to allow me in if you keep spreading all this evil talking points about me. Sorry for being a patriot. Sorry for
loving America.
Yeah. Sorry for Donald Trump being my president. I think that's the main thing you're upset about. But you're what's the word? Like, when you have a problem with one thing, but you're like bringing up other stuff.
Yes.
Yes, that's what you're doing. You're attacking my patriotism because you don't like the fact that I love Donald Trump. Even though I'm Allegedly a left-winger. Once my man gets back into office, it'll be like the Power Rangers Voltron coming together. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we should probably get this this episode started. It's 5 minutes. Just wasted 5 minutes.
No, it's fine.
All right.
Okay.
So clean up from last week.
Yeah.
So last week I took the coward's way out. Right? I didn't name the episode Two-Straction. I named it Extraction 2 and then put Two-Straction in brackets behind it, which...
Yeah. I mean, close enough.
No. Well, because, it's better for SEO. Do you know what that is?
CO.
Search Engine Optimization.
Oh.
It's so people can find the show better.
Yeah.
If I named it Two-Straction, if they were looking for Extraction 2, would be able to find it. So, I took the coward's way out. If I was serious, if I was committed, I would have named it Two-Straction. But I'm clearly not. I'm clearly a fraud and a fake. Yeah, there's nothing to say about that. That's just what it is. Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, I missed an opportunity to make a great joke last week. The publication that reported the Spider-Verse labor issues was Vulture.
Yes.
So as I was typing out the document last week, I made a mental note to make a joke, but I forgot. Yeah. So we're here now, and
yes, go for it.
I have nothing.
Oh, no.
It's been a week. It's been a week.
A whole week and nothing.
It's been longer than a week. I've been sitting every day with my notepad. I'm like, okay, what can we do with this? I've just been drawing blank after blank. There's just, yeah. Anyway, the next thing is, last week I said The Flash made 70 million total.
Yes.
So, at time of writing, it actually made 220 million total, right?
I see.
That 70 million is what it made in the American box office, the domestic box office.
Okay.
I made a mistake there.
Okay.
But still, the movie cost, 200 and it says between 200 and 220 million.
Yeah.
Which means double for marketing is between 400 and 440 million.
Yes.
So, yeah, even making 220 million is still a loss, bro. It's not as hectic as 70, but,
yeah.
It's
a loss is a loss.
They're halfway to breaking even. It's not looking good.
But if you round up 50%, you get 100%.
Fair enough. You've caught me. You've caught me out by naming something irrelevant to something I couldn't have anticipated because, yeah. Anyway, so the news.
Yes.
Now, all right, you need to stop laughing because this is very serious.
Okay.
So, the death toll following severe weather in KwaZulu-Natal brought on by a tornado has risen to 4 after 3 more deaths were reported in eThekwini. So eThekwini is a municipality. You obviously know, I'm just telling the listeners.
Yes.
eThekwini is a municipality within KwaZulu-Natal.
Yes.
Right? 1 person remains missing. According to the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Cooperative Governments and Traditional Affairs, areas severely affected by the heavy rains and strong winds are Phoenix, Inanda, Ntuzuma, KwaMashu, Pinetown and surrounding areas, Fulweni and the north of Durban. In the Ugu district, the hardest hit areas were Umzumbe, Umdoni and Umuziwabantu. Departmental spokesperson Nonala Ndlovu said preliminary reports indicated extensive damage to road infrastructure, electricity, sewage systems and housing. She said, approximately 70 houses in eThekwini were completely destroyed and a further 110 damaged. This has affected 552 people and had left 151 individuals homeless, said Ndlovu. In the Ugu district municipality, 1 house was completely destroyed and 3 partially damaged, affecting 29 people. 1 person was left homeless, according to Ndlovu. Damage was reported at 10 schools, although assessments were still underway. In response to the destruction, the Department of Cooperative Governments and Traditional Affairs, through the Provincial Disaster Management Center, has provided immediate relief parcels to the affected victims, she said. This includes over 300 food parcels, 2,750 blankets, 5,500 plastic sheetings, and 550 emergency boxes as part of the winter contingency planning across all districts and the metro. The Provincial Disaster Management Center maintains additional immediate relief materials to offer further support. ESCOM and the municipal electricity departments were scrambling to restore power to affected areas, and Lovo added. As the KwaZulu-Natal province, we are experiencing firsthand the true effects of climate change during the winter season.
Mm-hmm.
Municipalities and sector departments are currently conducting assessments to determine the magnitude of the damages and identify necessary interventions. The mobilization of additional volunteers through community-based structures is underway to reach all affected communities for damage assessments. So, there's nothing really to say.
No.
Like we were speaking a few weeks ago about disasters, or natural disasters, and how we very rarely experience them here. And since then,
we might have jinxed our country.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna say we didn't, but I'm not gonna say we did, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
I will include a. So this is the thing. I've been trying to find like a charity or somewhere to donate to, but I haven't found like verifiable link so far. When I do, I'll add it in the show notes for this episode, and listeners, please consider donating to help those in need.
If you're able, of course.
Yes. You can't help somebody if you're not yourself helped.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Another bit of very heavy news, right? Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lusufi on Thursday confirmed that the death toll from the Boksburg gas leak rose to 17. On Wednesday night, a gas cylinder carrying nitrate oxide is believed to have leaked at the Anglo informal settlement, killing those in the area. Lusufi said a young man succumbed to the gas inhalation, raising the death toll. Police made it to the scene, and emergency services said 16 others were rushed to hospital. The premier said the youngest of the deceased was a 1-year-old, while the rest are believed to be illegal miners who are working in the area and using nitrate oxide to extract gold from the soil. This is the same area where 41 people were killed last Christmas when a gas tanker was stuck under a bridge. That tanker was carrying flammable gas which exploded. So yeah. This happened yesterday, so I don't really have anything to say.
But still.
Yeah.
It's a terrible, terrible thing.
Like the... What's the word? Like initial reports are saying that you saw it said illegal mining.
Yeah.
So there's these people that found a place to illegally mine, and they caused the gas to come out, and they caused the explosion.
Yeah.
So whoever is running that illegal mining operation should be brought to justice. Yeah. But again, like I said, we don't have all the information, so I don't know if it was illegal mining. That's just the working theory.
Yeah.
We don't have
anything else.
Anything
at the
else,
moment,
right?
Yeah.
So I just want to see how this unfolds.
Yeah.
I'm also going to look for a donation link for this as well to donate, because this is man-made and the other one is natural, but in both cases it
people need help.
Yeah, people need help. Doesn't mean one group deserves more help than another, or
exactly. Yeah.
So now, just a slightly more comical story.
Okay.
The Twitter rate limit.
Okay. Yeah.
So this week, Musk tweeted, "To address extreme levels of data scraping and system manipulation, we've applied the following temporary limits. Number 1, verified accounts are limited to reading 6,000 posts per day.
Yes.
2, unverified accounts to 600 posts per day. And 3, new unverified accounts to 300 per day. Data scraping is the equivalent of someone..." So, you know what he said?
Yes.
That's the given story.
Yes.
There's a difference between a given story and what actually happened, right?
Yes.
So this theory is about,
not paying the Google bill.
Yeah. So that's the first one. That Twitter had some bill that was due to Google on the 1st of June. So this happened on the 1st.
Yeah.
Right. So like the timing was very
coincidental.
Yes. That potentially Google throttled their
amount of access to the servers,
the amount of access that Twitter had, so that they would have to limit the rate that people were allowed to, because That's one theory,
Yes.
which I don't really agree with.
Okay.
The second one is that. So, do you know what data scraping is?
No.
It's the equivalent of like if I look at Twitter and write down the things I say that I see.
Okay.
That's data scraping.
Okay.
Just taking the stuff that you can see and like putting it in a format, like in a table of usable data, whatever, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it's automated instead of you doing it by hand.
Right. Okay.
Right? That's what data scraping is.
Okay.
So what they did was, okay, so if I send you a link to a tweet via WhatsApp,
Yes.
usually you can just click on it and it'll open up and you can see the tweet.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they made it so that if I send you a link, you can't enter Twitter now without signing in.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So what we think happened is they put that thing in there, right?
Yeah.
And that caused like a
ripple effect.
Yeah, a DDoS attack because
they DDoS themselves.
Yes,
basically.
they DDoS their own browser. So every time somebody tried to log in or see a tweet and they weren't logged in, it would
send a bunch of
like
pings, basically.
Yeah, pings back and forth and then crash the browser.
Yeah.
So
okay.
The idea was because do you know what an API is?
Vaguely.
It's an application programming interface, right?
Okay.
It's how a company makes their data available to other people.
Yeah.
So like you have hobbyists, right?
Yes.
Who will maybe build a program that interacts with Twitter and can
do whatever.
Yeah, like it says at 5 p.m. every day send off a tweet that says this.
Certain things, yeah.
Today is the date and then enter today's date.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. Right.
These are called bots.
Yes.
Right? Bots interact with the API.
Yes.
Data scraping doesn't interact with the API.
Okay.
So the assumption is that they put up that thing that said, you have to be logged in to view Twitter to stop data scraping.
Right, yeah.
Right? Because that's what he said there, that they've they've been experiencing data scraping.
Yeah.
But again, data scraping is not illegal or immoral or something. It's just what they want to do is funnel the data scrapers into using the API.
Oh, right, okay.
Because they can charge for the API.
Right.
As opposed to somebody just,
just getting it for free.
Yes.
Yeah.
And most companies have an API. They have like a public-facing API where they have like, how can I say, like non-personal information.
Okay.
So like the API gives you information about like posts and like your number of followers, but it won't give you information about like what email is connected to this Twitter account. It won't give you information about like personal information that you put in that's supposed to be private.
Yeah.
The API gives you structured access to their data.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
To someone else's data. Well,
No, just Twitter's data in general.
Okay. All right.
Your data is part of that, but I mean,
yeah. Right.
If somebody knows your handle, they can search through your tweets, right?
Yeah.
In the same way, if I just had a regular Twitter client, I could go to your handle and search through your tweets.
Right. Okay.
In that same way, the API does the same thing.
Okay.
Right. So again, I'm pretty sure this was all done to stop web scraping and funnel them towards using the API.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the way, somebody fucked up, right, in implementing that, and that caused a DDoS attack, which, forced them to limit the rate that Twitter could be seen.
Yeah.
Right. But that's just a theory. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Right. But so that's what we think could happen. But let's take it on his face about what he said, right?
Right.
The point of Twitter is that you want people to be there to see your posts, right? And that's also how you attract advertisers, right?
Yeah.
You're saying people are looking at Twitter all day. You can advertise one of your products, and that's what
exactly
brings value to the person advertising.
Yeah.
But if you're limiting the amount of tweets a certain people can see, then
they're not seeing those ads as well as the tweets.
Yes. So it's less.
You're getting less clicks on your ads as well.
Yes. But I'm saying it's less appealing for an advertiser to use the site.
Yeah. Yes.
And I understand mistakes happen.
Yeah.
But usually with the programming,
Yeah.
they have like a test environment
Yeah.
where they test stuff out first before they push before they push changes to the main,
Yeah. The
solution.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, whoever did this, but this is the thing. People have brought up the fact that, do you remember when Musk first took over Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
He fired a bunch of people.
Yes.
They were like, yeah, it's probably the people he fired that was in charge of doing all this shit, right?
Yeah.
So that's that's really all there is to say about it. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Pretty
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next thing is there were French protests this week. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
Well, this is the thing. Pretty much every week that we've done the show, there's been some sort of protest happening in France.
Yes.
They love it. There's videos of like them having like a hot dog guy at the protest who's handing out hot dogs to the protesters. They've like perfected the
art of protest.
The art of protesting. Yes. They've got it down to a science. It's really, but yeah. So every week I'm like, should I mention this? Nah, but like this one is a bit more.
It's a bit more hectic, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I guess all of them are.
Well,
listen.
yeah,
There's really no reason why I've chosen this one to be the first of the French riot stories. Just this is the first of many.
Okay.
This is sort of the avatar of all the French riot stories.
Okay.
Like, I just want to address French riots once, and then anytime another one comes up, we never have to talk about it again.
We can just say there's a riot in France and move on.
Yeah, and also water is wet, the sun is shining. Yeah. But so this week, the police killed an Algerian man.
Yes.
Well, people it's debatable whether it's a boy or a man.
Yeah. Because it's in that like weird age category.
How old is the person?
17.
So I'd say a boy.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I
Personally, I would say under 18.
Yeah.
Is a boy.
That's my barometer as well. But again, other parts of the world, in France, maybe they consider after like 15 a man or whatever. I'm just trying to, what's the word? Give you context for the situation, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That a young man,
yes,
if that's how you want to phrase it, right?
a young person
was murdered by the cops.
Yes.
Which kicked off a bunch of riots.
Yes.
And you see this all over the place, right?
Yeah.
You see it in South Africa, you see it in America.
And France.
And France, yes. Where like, no, I don't agree with it.
Okay.
Well, I kind of agree with it. Look, violence is obviously bad.
Yes.
But the thing is, they're not going to get justice for this person if they don't.
Yes.
The police and, bourgeois power only responds to violence, right?
Yes.
If they get like a nice letter written to them and say, hey, it's not good that you killed this person, they'd be like, all right, they'll throw it in the bin and just carry on having a fancy dinner party, right? Violence is the only way that people in power take things seriously.
Yeah.
So in that case, I understand why they're,
why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah. On the other hand, like I saw they burned down a public library.
Yeah.
Which now again, I'm not like criticizing them because, like I said, violence is the only way that you can
be heard.
Yeah. But I would prefer if they like burn down the Prime Minister's house or something. like someone in power, not like a public library where people use that service.
Yeah, because it's gonna hurt people later on who don't have access to the resources in that library.
Yeah, I'm wondering if somebody might clip at me saying burn the Prime Minister's house down.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I'm going to say it again. You should burn the Prime Minister's house down. Doesn't matter what country. If that Prime Minister is supporting the police killing people with no repercussions, you should definitely burn that Prime Minister's house down.
What if they don't have a Prime Minister?
The President's house, where the fuck they have, bro.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Cool.
Have we sorted that out now?
Yeah.
The King's house. The palace. Burn down the palace.
Not the Never getting let into the UK.
Well, I don't want to go to the UK.
Okay, then it's fine.
And I've been to the UK.
Yeah.
Not a good place.
Fair enough.
They're all British there.
Oh, really? You don't
it's
say.
It's pretty gross, bro. How do people allow that to happen? They're outside and they're British. It's so gross. Theoretically, I don't have a problem with people being British indoors, but don't be outside and be British. What the fuck? Anyway, we're getting way off topic.
Yeah.
Yes, but anyway, and they're like, but this is the thing. People are like, protests, they don't do anything, it's, Martin Luther King, he did peaceful protests, and that's how we got, wrong. Listen. In his time, Martin Luther King was demonized as an anarchist and, a rebel rouser. And then after he died, people started being like, oh, well, that's how it should be done.
Maybe he had a point.
Yeah. So, listen, the people in power will never be like, oh, this person has a point. They're always going to demonize the people trying to bring other people to account.
Yeah.
And they, it's only when you die will they be like, maybe they were right. Yeah, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so I stand with the people protesting in France.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention this. This is actually the main thing about it. So because he was Algerian born,
yes,
it's like immigrants are kicking off in France.
Yes.
So it's kind of like there's a racial angle to it.
Yeah.
Which, to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter if they were, natural born French or European French, as they would say, or like immigrant French. Whoever is doing it doesn't matter. The protesting because somebody was murdered by the police is the correct thing to do.
Yes.
Right? The people doing it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Right? But apparently this is what's the word? Like kicking off a whole immigration topic in France that the blacks from Africa are coming, to ruin poor white Europe,
That's gonna get clipped as well, taken out of context.
Well, not really. I'm explaining what somebody else.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you understand. If saying something I believe in, that gets clipped and taken out of context. Me saying somebody else's words, it's clear that I'm quoting somebody else. It's that you can't take that out of context.
Okay.
It's me saying that you should burn the Prime Minister's house down. That's something I've actually said, right?
Yes.
And say somewhere down the line, some Prime Minister's house gets burned down, and it's done by somebody who listens to us, and they clip that.
Yeah.
That would be taken out of context, because I didn't say burn that specific Prime Minister's house down. I said, what I said.
Yeah.
If that Prime Minister is enabling the police to kill people without justice, you should. Right?
Yes. Although, actually, now that I think about it, if you're a Prime Minister and you're listening to this and you're enabling that, burn your own house down.
Or maybe you could just stop enabling it and just bring them to justice. Then you could have a house. I don't know. That seems easier to me.
No, I like my idea more.
Burning your own house. But even with this racial angle, I don't care. My point remains the same.
True.
The police were wrong to kill this person. Deal with the police, not the people upset that the police aren't taken to justice.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next thing is the South African Police Service VIP protection unit beat somebody up.
Yes.
I sent this video to you this week, right?
It was very upsetting.
Again, we don't have a lot of information about it. But in plain clothes, South African police officers dragged this person out of the car and threw them on the side. and were like kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
It was like, it's so harrowing and like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And again, there's not much to say about it. The video speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But I would like to say a few weeks ago, I didn't really think I made my point about the police not really caring for the public and only caring for the protection of, the bourgeois and their private property.
Yes.
It's it's very like, I don't want to say fortunate, because somebody being beat up by the police is not fortunate, but
No.
it's fortunate in highlighting the point I was trying to make.
Yes.
It's in such a stark way that,
Yes.
like, the people who are supposed to quote unquote protect and serve, beating up a private citizen and just kicking the shit out of them on the sidewalk for apparently just being in their way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, next story and our last story.
Okay.
David Corenswet. Do you know who that is?
No.
So he's been cast as the new Superman.
Huh.
Oh well, Clark Kent.
Okay.
Right. I thought I'd never heard of him before.
Okay.
But I checked his filmography and I saw a movie with him as the co-lead last year.
Oh. Okay.
It was called Pearl.
Oh.
Have you heard of Pearl?
Right. So I have heard of him.
Have you seen Pearl?
No.
All right. Have you heard of Pearl?
No.
All right. Anyway, okay. We've been speaking about A24.
Yes.
There's a guy. His name is Ty West.
Okay.
So Ty West is a director. He made the movie X for A24.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And then Pearl is a prequel to X.
Oh.
It's set like, I don't know, in the 1950s or 1940s.
Okay.
And then, so a lady we see like an old lady in X.
Okay.
That's her. Pearl is her, as a young lady.
Yeah.
Right? And we have a sequel to X called Maxine.
Okay.
Coming out this year, I think.
Okay.
But either way, it's like, I remember his character.
Yeah.
I just don't remember his acting like popping or like, him being like outstanding.
Okay.
But,
Well, I mean, time will tell.
yeah, it's only one role, so I don't know. We'll see how that plays out, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, along with Clark, Lois has also been cast.
Ooh.
The most famous couple in comics.
Indeed.
Well, certain people argue it's Peter Parker and Mary Jane Parker.
That reasonable.
I disagree.
Okay.
To me, it's not close. Look, Clark Kent and Lois Lane, number one.
Okay.
Number two, well, this is the thing. Does Reed Richards and Sue Richards count?
I would say no.
Yeah, I'd say no also, because like it's usually one superhero and one person without powers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're both members of the Fantastic Four, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But certain people have them as like 2 or 3. I don't think they should count, full stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's Clark Kent, Lois Lane, Peter Parker and Mary Jane Parker,
Okay.
Barry Allen and Iris West Allen.
Okay.
There's somebody else.
There's another couple, I swear.
Yeah, but those are the top 3 in my mind. Right?
Bruce Wayne and Alfred.
No. Are you saying? So do you understand the implications of what you're saying?
Oh no! Oh, I do.
Because we're talking about couples, and this Bruce, Alfred raised Bruce. So you're saying he groomed him to? Alfred groomed Bruce to have sex with him. That's what you're saying, listeners. That's what my co-host is saying. I never said that. Let's be clear.
God.
My co-host is endorsing incest with your butler. Butler cest.
I don't think it would be incest if it's with your butler, though.
Well, he's also he's his guardian.
Well, yeah.
So it's not incest if it's still a parental figure.
Yeah, I guess.
It's very creepy. But you seem to be in favor of it. Listeners, I know you can't see this, but he was rubbing his chin thinking about it like, Batman and Alfred getting together. Pretty good. Okay, I didn't realize I was sitting here with a fucking freak, but okay.
Anyway, oh no.
We've been wildly off track here. So Lois, it's a lady named Rachel Brosnahan.
Brosnahan.
Yeah.
No relation to Pierce Brosnan?
No.
Okay.
No. Not even someone Brosnan. Alright. Anyway, again, I've never seen anything she's been in genuinely this time.
Okay.
But I am culturally aware of her.
Oh.
She's the titular Mrs. Maisel in, The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Alright, well, it's a very, well-reviewed TV show.
Oh,
That,
okay.
it's been up for the, not Oscar, whatever the thing is for TV.
The Emmys.
The Emmy for Best Comedy.
Oh, okay.
Actor. She's been up for that for, the past 3 years.
Damn.
So, I've never seen that show, but I'm aware of her.
Okay, yeah.
And, very excited. The idea of the Superman is very important to comics in general.
True.
He's the first superhero,
Yeah.
He's the best superhero.
Sure.
All right. you,
Cool.
You looked very upset when I said that, like you had something to say, but...
No.
All right. I'm sure you don't have anything to say.
No.
So you're going to forever hold your peace.
I will forever hold my peace.
All right.
Although, no.
No, say what you want to say. It seems like you want to say something.
No.
Who do you want to bring up? Spider-Man?
No. I would never bring up Spider-Man.
Oh, you love Tom Holland.
No.
Your best friend.
No.
Tom Holland. Oh, it's me, little Tom Holland. Oh.
How does this happen every time?
That's your best friend. You love him. When he said, fuck, if he had any memorable lines. He doesn't have a single I don't feel so good, Mr. Stork. That's when my brother got so upset when that happened. My brother started crying when that happened. At the end of Infinity War, when he turned into dust, he's like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stork. My brother was like, oh my god. I was so happy when he died, bro. I was like, yes, we got rid of that horrid fuck. Anyway.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Have we wasted enough time?
Probably.
It's half an hour. Alright.
Right.
So, the context of the movie.
Okay.
So this is a Pixar movie.
This is a Pixar movie.
Are you familiar with the studio Pixar?
Yes.
Who are they?
They are an animation company that I believe they started in the 90s.
Wrong.
No? Okay.
They started out at Lucasfilm.
Oh, did they? Oh.
In the 80s, yes.
Oh, okay.
And then they branched off, became their own company.
Okay.
In the 90s, they made their first movie, Toy Story.
Yeah.
So their whole thing is computer-generated images, CGI animation.
Yes.
As opposed to hand-drawn animation.
Yes.
So, this is the thing. Every article I've read is like, Pixar are pioneers, They're at the forefront of innovation, and they're the ones who, kickstarted using CGI animation, right? And they're all like... So, I'm going to refer to this positively.
Okay.
But in the last couple of years, I've been watching... last year I watched Miyazaki movies. Right?
Yeah.
And I found... Yeah. And I found out that hand-drawn animation is way better. 1,000,000 times better than CGI animation, right?
Yeah.
So, for the purposes of this episode, when I'm speaking about CGI animation, I'm mentioning it positively, but recognize that I don't view CGI animation positively. I truly believe Miyazaki, the hand-drawn animation is way more...
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not equipped to describe this. I'm not an artist. I can't, use the technical jargon.
So, listener, if you are an artist, please write in and let us know.
Yeah, looking at hand-drawn animation just feels better than than CGI animation. And he has a new movie out this year.
Yeah.
His last, quote-unquote, last movie, because...
he's had a few lasts.
Yes. Ponyo was supposed to be his last one.
Yeah.
Then he made what's the one with the plane that I like? The Wind Rises.
The Wind Rises, yeah.
That was supposed to be his last. Now he's making this, which is supposed to be his last. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. But yes, so anyway, their first movie was Toy Story.
Yes.
Ever heard of it?
No, what's that about?
Sorry about toys.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
But yeah, it's a very like beloved movie.
Yes, indeed.
Like within culture.
Mm.
There's a lot of people in and around my age that like grew up with the Toy Story movies, and they view it as like a, I don't know, a touchstone.
What's a touchstone?
I don't know, something that everybody knows about.
Oh, right.
A cultural touchstone.
Oh, okay.
That everybody like
has touched.
Yeah. It's like, I was gonna, if I say like the Lord of the Rings, that was also a cultural touchstone. Like,
right, okay.
Even if you're not a fan of that type of thing, like
you know of it.
Yes, you're culturally aware of it. It's so big that it, what's the word, like, it touches parts of the world that usually wouldn't.
Okay.
That are not interested in this type of thing.
Yes, right.
It's so big that
it's like people that aren't into animation know about Toy Story.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get across here.
Got you.
Right.
Okay.
And they get not bought, like they get into
an agreement
with Disney.
Yeah.
That like they have to make 3 more movies.
Yes.
But one of them, they wanted to make Toy Story 2 a straight-to-video.
Yeah.
Do you know what a direct-to-DVD movie is?
Yeah. Something that's like, so it's released everywhere, including on DVD. So like in theaters and DVDs at the same time. No?
Only in DVDs.
Okay. Cool.
That's why it's called direct-to-DVD.
I thought it was just everywhere.
No, they only put it on DVDs, sell it as DVDs.
Okay.
So like, there's an Aladdin sequel that was made like this.
Huh.
There's a Little Mermaid sequel.
Huh.
There's like a bunch of Disney stuff that like, they made a sequel, they just put it on DVD. They might play on Disney Channel once in a while.
Yeah.
But like, people don't know about it.
Yeah.
So they wanted to do that for Toy Story as well.
Yeah.
They wanted to do a direct-to-video Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
But the people at Pixar pushed back and said, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
We, because usually the quality of those direct-to-video things are much lower. That's why, because they know they can't con the audience into coming to theaters. They just, but they can con them into buying a DVD, right? So Pixar were like, no, let's actually put work into this. We want to be proud of our work, and they made Toy Story 2, which a lot of people say surpasses the first one.
Yeah. Very reasonable.
Yes. And for many, many years, it was their only sequel.
Okay.
Up until 2010, I want to say, when they made Toy Story 3.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware. Yeah.
I don't know why, I'm telling you.
Well, you stated it like you weren't sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I am sure. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Because, it's only like Cars,
yeah,
The Incredibles, Monsters University. Those all came after Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
Right? But the point being is, in the late 90s, early 2000s, they went on this mad run.
Yes.
Right?
Oh.
Where every year they were nominated for Best Animated Movie.
Yeah.
But in the late 2010s...
Yeah.
Sorry, not late... Early 2010s. Late aughts.
Yeah.
They actually got Best Picture nominations.
Yeah.
One for Up.
Yeah.
One for Toy Story 3. Well... okay, I definitely know Up was nominated for Best Picture, but I can't remember if it was Toy Story 3 or WALL-E that was also nominated for Best Picture.
I vaguely remember someone mentioning Toy Story 3 being robbed, so I'm going to assume that.
Yeah, but the point is, 2 of their movies, those 2, Up and Toy Story 3, were nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
That was their...
the summit of the mountain.
That many people will say is the height of Pixar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And since the 2010s, 2020s, they've been on a downslide.
Okay.
So, for example, they've started doing a lot more sequels.
Yes.
Which, like I said, up until 2010, they'd only ever done one, which was Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Which they were kind of forced to do because of Disney.
Yeah.
And even when they were forced to do it, they put a lot of effort into it.
And they banged it. Yeah.
right? So every time they make a new movie, it's always like they had this reputation for doing something original,
Yeah.
something that was boundary breaking,
Yeah.
something that like the story wasn't just a simple children's story.
Yeah.
It was complex so that the adult watching with the child could also, feel
There were layers.
yes, a multi-layered complex story.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of bringing this all up to say the movie we're talking about today is none of these things. And I've seen a lot of stuff online that's like, well, it's unfair to expect it of this movie.
Yeah.
Just because it's from the studio, it's just a movie. You shouldn't put the expectations of previous years onto this
Yeah.
movie. It should be on its own.
Yeah.
But I disagree, right? It's like yeah, the article I read said something like, it's an unfair expectation to put on this movie. What if any other studio released this movie? You wouldn't have these complaints.
Yeah.
And I thought about it like, if I go to McDonald's
Yes.
and I order a Big Mac
Yes.
and they don't have a Big Mac,
Yes.
that would be more of a problem than if I went to KFC and ordered a Big Mac and they said, yeah, we don't have a Big Mac, right? In that same way, Pixar is known for complex stories, for
Yeah.
updating the technology, etc. So if they're not doing it, you'd be surprised that they're not doing it, right?
Yeah,
That's why
exactly,
I'm saying it is fair to judge this movie because it's come from a lineage of movies that, or a studio that is known for this.
Yeah. Right.
Now, again, it doesn't have to, because there could be a day where you go to McDonald's and they don't have a Big Mac, right? They ran out of ingredients.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. But this has been following a pattern over the past few years.
Okay.
Did you watch Lightyear last year?
No.
All right. That was also a very... It's not a bad movie. It's just...
It's not what's expected.
It's fine. It's just down the road,
Yeah.
It's... sorry, just give me a second. I'm going to pull up the Pixar filmography. Right? Because this is a feeling
Okay.
I've been seeing, throughout the past couple of years, right?
Right.
That Pixar is on the way down.
Okay.
Remember, like I said, it was held in such high esteem,
Yeah.
and the 2010s to like now, we've just seen
Like a trend, a downward trend.
yes,
I guess. Yeah.
and there's a lot of ideas as to why that happened,
Okay.
but we'll see it now. So this is the thing. So the first thing is sequels.
Yes. Sequels. Right.
That's the number one reason why I think people are upset with Pixar.
Okay.
So like I said, before 2010, it was only the Toy Stories that was a franchise.
Yeah.
Post 2010, it signals a loss of creativity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That you're leaning on established IP
Instead of creating.
instead of just
yeah.
creating something new.
Yeah.
Nobody, I always say this when I say like, we shouldn't look to the audience for what you want to do as a creator, right?
Yeah.
George Lucas didn't get out a questionnaire and ask, hey, do you want a Star Wars? Do you want a Star Wars? Look, he's a creator and he made his vision come to fruition, right?
Yes.
In the same way, I think Pixar and just all studios should have the artist
Yeah.
give their vision,
Yes.
right? And if the audience likes it, that's fine. If they don't,
Yeah.
also fine. Right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Right? That's how we got a Toy Story. That's how we got an Incredibles. That's how we got... I'm trying to think. Monsters Inc. or WALL-E or Up, whatever, right?
Cause.
Well, I don't like Cars that much.
Oh my. Okay. You know what?
There's
Fair.
two, like, what they would call, like, the red-headed stepchild
Okay.
or stepchildren of Disney,
okay.
right? The first one was A Bug's Life,
Okay.
which I really, really like.
Yeah. Me too.
It's A Bug's Life is really like a Karl Marx based the Communist Manifesto on this movie, right? A Bug's Life is about what are you going to say?
Oh, nothing.
A Bug's Life is about working together to stop exploitation.
Yes.
Why are you saying it like that so quick? It is. I'm telling you, it is.
No, that was just like completely agreeing. It wasn't like a question. It was just.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, when you said the word, I saw YES question mark come out of your mouth. That's why it seemed like a question to me.
Just a speech bubble.
Yeah.
Above my head.
Yeah, I should have let the listeners know earlier, but that's how I see when people talk. I see a speech bubble. And then words. And yeah, if they speak a different language, it's just the different symbols or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, so A Bug's Life and Cars were viewed as the two
kind of outliers.
like I said, red-headed stepchildren.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Then Cars 2
Yes.
was the first Pixar movie to not get a Best Animated Picture nomination at the Oscars.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
kind of the rot started with Cars 2. Right? Because again, that's another sequel.
Yeah.
And the next year they have Brave, which good movie.
Yeah.
But it's not outstanding.
It's just.
It's
good.
just a good movie.
Okay.
It's not like Lightyear, which is fine. This is a good movie.
Yeah.
But not great. So
Okay.
the standards are already slipping in 2012.
Right.
Monsters University, I've never seen.
Uh.
People don't speak of it very
Yeah.
favorably.
Yeah. It's fine.
Right. Then we have Inside Out.
Yes.
In my opinion, Pixar's best movie. Well, yeah, it is their best movie.
It actually changed the way I think about my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I imagine the tiny people in my head
Right.
controlling my emotions.
But yes, it's and that's not my, well, that is my opinion, but
Yeah.
but I mean, I think that's a very widely held
not really a consensus.
because the thing is, a lot of people still, they're like, yo, Toy Story is the number one. A lot of people are like, Up, that's the one.
Yeah.
So this, in terms of favorite, my favorite would be The Incredibles.
Okay.
Right, because that's just the one. You know, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I never watched Toy Story 3 and 4.
I think I watched 3. I don't watch 4.
But the point I'm trying to make is, I've never been that much of an animation fan.
Yeah.
None of these really spoke to me, except for The Incredibles.
Okay.
Which, it's more about the content of the story rather than
anything that came before it.
No, like the animation that Pixar is doing.
Oh, right.
That's what drew me to this more so then.
But you wouldn't say that it was incredible, just like...
Alright, so then we have The Good Dinosaur, right? The Good Dinosaur is directed by the director of this movie. His name is Peter Sohn.
Yes.
Right? And The Good Dinosaur was it was the first of the down-the-road Pixar movies.
Yeah.
That people were just like,
Meh.
Yeah, it's not even good. We can't say this is good.
Yeah.
This is not good. But it's not bad either. It's just
Meh.
down the road.
Yeah.
Now, I've never seen it, so I can't.
Okay.
I'm just saying this is what other people have said. This is how a lot of people view The Good Dinosaur as the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Reasonable.
Finding Dory,
Hmm.
I've heard mixed things about.
Okay.
Some people say it's good. Some people say it's utter rubbish.
Okay.
But again, another sequel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It also made a lot of money, so... I don't know.
But it then goes back to...
I'm not interested in the money.
Yeah.
I'm only interested in the quality of the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I was going to say.
So, Finding Dory, Again, I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's only spoken about very poorly.
Yeah.
But also the fact that I haven't seen any of these should be...
Yeah. I was just going to say, like...
Because even like... WALL-E...
Yeah.
I didn't watch WALL-E at the time.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
I didn't watch Up at the time.
Okay.
I didn't watch Toy Story 3 at the time. But all of them, I was culturally aware of them.
Yeah.
Because of how big Pixar was.
Yes.
And the rave reviews they were getting.
Yeah.
By the time we get to The Good Dinosaur, I didn't know about The Good Dinosaur when it came out, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Finding Dory, I knew about it, but I didn't care enough.
Yeah.
I watched Nemo when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I actually watched it at the public library.
Oh.
They had it.
On VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, cassette.
DVD.
Oh, DVD.
How old do you think I am? Like, I did have cassettes like as a child.
I did too. That's why I'm.
But anyway, whatever the case is.
Yes. Okay.
So we just go along. Incredibles 2. I didn't watch it.
Oh my goodness.
I only watched it during the pandemic.
Okay.
Which should let you know how.
Like 2 years after it was released.
Yeah, that like I'm not interested at all in. This
Pixar
is
movies. Yeah.
So the next movie I watch is Turning Red.
Okay.
So from Inside Out, the next one I watch is Turning Red.
That's quite the gap you've got there.
But yes, and there's no movie that's, well, maybe Soul. People have spoken positively about Soul.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
The thing is, it's not like every movie is a hit like it used to be.
Yeah.
There is a definite drop in quality.
Yeah.
One of the ideas put forward is that since they've been under the control of Disney.
Yeah.
So I remember I said they were in a production deal with Disney in the late 90s.
Yes.
In 2005, Disney buy them outright.
Yes.
In the same way they outright bought Marvel and Star Wars. Pixar was the first of
many
of the studios that they bought.
Yes.
And a lot of people blame Disney for the decline in quality because they've been, according to critics, that they've been neglecting Pixar, that they've been, putting their money in other areas of the business. They haven't been, what's the word?
Supporting.
Yeah, supporting Pixar enough.
Yeah.
They haven't been, and the second thing they say is they haven't been bringing new directors forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So they used to have new Pixar people come in.
Yeah.
Those people get a promotion. They eventually become directors or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they might go to another studio and also direct another movie.
Yeah. And then
in the same way, more young Pixar people weren't being elevated into the next level.
Yeah.
They were bringing in like previous directors to do sequels.
Yeah. Okay.
So the resources that would go to be developing new talent wasn't there anymore. It was just doing the same stuff that they were doing.
Yeah.
So that's another possible idea why they...
It's dropped slightly recently. Yeah.
The second thing, I said is because of Disney. But during the pandemic, we had day and date releases.
Yes.
So they chose to not put Luca, Turning Red, Luca and Turning Red weren't in theaters.
Yeah.
They went straight to streaming.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have said has taken the prestige away from Pixar.
Yeah.
That is just like another one of the animated movies you can see. It's not like an event.
Yeah.
Like it used to be in the the early 2000s.
It's not like you line up for hours on release night to go watch it.
Pixar used to be a brand in the same way Marvel and Star Wars are a brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just due to Disney's neglect, and because in this time, Disney's so we have the Lucasfilm division, which is the Star Wars division. We have the Marvel division. We have the Pixar division. Then we have Disney's own division.
Their own movies.
Yes, they make the Disney classic movies like I don't know, A Little Mermaid, whatever.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Whatever the fuck, right?
Whatever they make.
Disney has their own
stuff.
Yeah. So the Disney stuff has been getting way better, and the Pixar stuff has been becoming poorer. So a lot of, again, now the thing is, I'm not at Disney, so I don't.
Yeah, like it's mostly speculation.
Yes. I don't know what's literally happening. This is just from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Perhaps Disney is not giving it the attention that it needs to thrive. That's the. So yeah, another in the long list of Disney fucking up. Everything. But anyway, I think it's time to go on to the movie.
Yeah.
Because,
sounds. Yeah.
So yes, before we start, I just wanted to say, if this were another studio,
Yes.
I would give this movie a 7.
Okay.
But because this is Pixar, I'm giving it a 6.
Okay.
And again, it's totally unfair. I agree.
Yeah.
Right? It's unfair to bring the history of Pixar and, you know, all of that context into this one movie.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it anyway. Right?
Okay, fair enough.
They should be pushing the boundaries. I didn't really see anything visually innovating in this movie. Especially in contrast with the fact that a few weeks ago Spider-Verse came out.
Yeah.
Which was, you know, experimenting. It
was just unbelievable.
Yes, and apparently Elemental cost far more than Spider-Verse. Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I want to, you know, say that I understand technically it's not good, but so look, it has a budget of 200 million.
That's a lot
for Elemental, right?
Yeah.
So far, it's made 193.
So it's just about almost broken even.
No,
not including marketing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's 400 million.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that they say that they didn't market it well. Disney didn't market it well.
I mean,
that's part of the reason why.
Yeah.
This movie is failing in cinemas.
You know, when I messaged you to suggest this movie,
I assume it's to get more people to watch this.
No, that was the only time I heard of it.
Oh.
And that was like release weekend.
Yeah. So yes. And there's been like what is it?
It depends on what you want to say.
This is one of many movies that are flopping.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because we spoke about The Flash.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we are. Sorry, I've been Googling. I've been trying to talk while Googling, right? So, Spider-Verse budget, 100 million. Elemental budget, 200 million.
It's literally double.
It costs double to look worse.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to, you know, get at here.
Yeah.
And, like, the voice cast wasn't very well known.
Yeah.
And Spider-Verse, it's... Well, it's also not like... There's no, like, big star there.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe Oscar Isaac. He's the only one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's yeah. He's the only... But even him, he's not like an A-list star.
No, he's just like, kind of around.
He's like the third or fourth lead in Star Wars. He's not like...
Yeah.
The star. Right? But yeah, the... So, can we get into the movie?
Yeah. Let's get into it.
So, first of all, I'm glad this movie is a tight 90 minutes.
Okay.
Right? A good or bad movie, as long as it's quick and we in and out. You know, it's just gonna... It'll, like, in certain times, it'll automatically give me, like, a +1.
Yeah.
Just because you are merciful. Like, if it's a bad movie...
Yeah.
And it was mercifully short, I'll be like, alright, cool, thank you.
45 minutes.
No, hour 30.
Yeah.
Why did you say 45?
Just like super short. Mercifully short.
Yeah. I think there's like I think 40 minutes is the cutoff.
Okay.
Like, between a short and a long.
Okay.
So after 40 minutes, it's a feature film.
Okay.
Under 40 minutes, it's a short film.
Okay.
But whatever, bro.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Whatever. The shorter, the better.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a bad movie. I don't... You know, if you are a great movie...
Yes.
Take as long as you want, right?
Avatar. Sorry.
Well, that's one.
God.
JFK, 3.5 hours. I'll watch it in any time.
Damn.
Right?
Okay.
The extended editions of all the Lord of the Rings, 3.5 hours each. I'll watch all of them. Like, it's as long as you putting in the effort, right? Yeah. I don't mind the time. Okay. But if you're on some bullshit, definitely cut it short. Definitely try to make it like an hour if you can. Yeah. You know, that's also why I like, you know, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
I gave it +1 just because it was like slightly over an hour. It's like... if that movie were like 3 hours, I'd be like 0. But yeah, mercifully short. Anyway, so the movie begins with the parents coming to Elemental City.
Yes.
So I assume this is a stand-in for New York.
Yeah.
America is famous for letting in immigrants.
Yeah.
And the most famous port of arrival is New York City.
Yeah.
And like you're greeted by the Statue of Liberty,
Yeah.
which Elemental City don't have
No.
a Statue of Liberty, right? Which makes me think I'm wrong, and you're not supposed to think it's New York.
Okay.
Or perhaps you're supposed to view it as New York, but without the concept of liberty.
Yeah. That's actually an interesting.
They don't have a statue to.
Yeah. To libertize.
Yeah, to give them liberty.
Which would make a lot of sense in the context of the movie.
So when they arrive, they see a family of trees get off another boat.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think trees are an element, right? I'm just using Avatar: The Last Airbender rules, right?
Okay.
Where
Reasonable.
you have the four main elements: earth, air, water, fire.
Yeah.
But then you have offshoot elements, right?
Yes.
Like with water, you have blood bending.
Yeah.
So blood is part of water,
Yeah.
right?
Well, water is part of blood.
Whatever. No, I'm saying the water banner.
Oh, yeah.
Blood
okay,
is
yeah.
underneath it,
Yes, yeah.
right?
Yes.
Fire, you can shoot electricity.
Yes.
So electricity is under the fire banner.
Yes.
Like you can metal bend.
Yeah.
Well, I think only Toph knows how to metal bend.
Well, in Korra, almost
she's
everyone.
taught other people, right? But the point being, there's nothing with trees or wood. Nobody can wood bend.
Well, if you cut up a tree, like let's say as a waterbender, right? You cut up a tree, and then you put wood in your water, and shoot it. Wood bending, but with water.
So you're bending water to carry the wood around. That's not bending the wood.
That's the best I've got right now.
But the point being, wood is not an element. Wood is not an element, right?
I'm assuming the idea of that was that rock people would be boring. But it also doesn't make sense because the fire people eat wood. So, does that mean they're eating wood people?
No, because there's water people and there's still water, you know.
Alright, okay, yeah.
There's fire people and there's still fire, you know.
Okay.
I was thinking that Wade is always worried about the ocean or water getting him.
Yeah.
But he can just reconstitute himself.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm always why is this guy worried?
Yeah. There were a few times where I was like water's rushing over them and I'm like, why don't you just go with the flow?
Yeah.
You're a waterman.
Or make yourself into a bubble.
Yeah.
And keep her.
Yeah.
But whatever, right?
Do literally anything. Yeah. Okay.
So next they go to the check-in building.
Yeah.
And we see 3 pictures on the ceiling of how Elemental City came to be, right?
Yeah.
We see the water people arrive at an empty beach.
Yeah.
Then the earth people arrive and are welcomed in by the water people who have built some buildings.
Yeah.
Next, the cloud people arrive from the sky and we see the water and earth people greet them.
Yeah.
And the city has grown even larger.
Yes.
Right? There is no painting showing fire people joining the city.
Well, I'm assuming they're the first. Because they get there and they can't speak the language.
Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're the first, just they one of the first.
Yeah.
And just we'll mention it just now, but the design of the city.
Yeah.
Is very hostile towards fire people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But anyway, although to be fair, there's no picture welcoming the tree people either. So
what does that mean for the tree people?
So Bernie and Cinder then walk around and realize how inhospitable the city is, right?
Yes.
Both because of how it is designed and the treatment they receive from the people.
Yes.
So they go to find a new house and everybody turns them down.
Yeah.
Right. They eventually find a place to settle down and have a child. Ember.
Yeah.
Ember grows up with fire people's traditions and is being groomed to take over her father's corner store. But her temper is a stumbling block.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also see that her mother does fortune telling.
Yeah.
But specifically for love.
Yeah.
And we're told Ember is having problems meeting somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody appropriate anyway. Because there's a small boy that's just harassing her.
And he keeps plucking his armpit hair.
Yeah. Well,
it's not armpit hair. It's armpit flowers.
It's like a leaf. Oh yeah, a flower.
It's like flowers.
But that kid was so odd. Very weird kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her grandmother's last words were, "Marry fire." Right. So I just like to point out that clearly the message in this movie is that the grandmother is wrong.
Okay.
Love is love.
Love is love.
And you can marry whoever you like.
Yes.
Right? That works on a metaphorical level.
Yes.
As we're all human beings and but like on a literal level.
No.
This makes no sense. They are a water and a fire element.
Yes.
They physically can't be together.
Yes.
Right? I thought they'd answer this question later on in the movie, but they just have them hold hands for a bit. Like, not even hold hands, they touch their hands together.
Yeah. And then he sizzles and she like...
Yeah. And the fact, they use the fact that they didn't die when they did that as evidence that this is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Right. The grandmother was right. She should marry fire.
Yes.
Right? It's just the practical thing to do.
It is, yes. It's very, yeah.
Yeah.
It's much more practical.
They definitely can't have sex.
Yes. Yes, they cannot have sex.
Yes. And, you can adopt if they want children. But I'm talking about sex for pleasure. They... Right?
But how do we know that...
I was going to say, are they doing a mutual masturbation situation?
Oh,
are they swinging with, inverse water-fire couples? Like a couple where the guy is a fire guy and the lady's a water lady, and then they
swing.
Yeah, they swing by having sex with the corresponding element.
Yes.
In the other. What are they doing? How are they getting off? I want to know. In this children's movie, you need to show me.
See, this is the how we were talking about layers earlier. These are the layers that they don't have. You see the problem?
Yeah. Anyway, her dad gives her an opportunity to prove that she's ready to take over by running the shop for her on one day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, she has a massive freak out and causes a pipe to burst.
Yes.
From this pipe, Wade, the inspector, appears and says that the shop is not up to code.
Yes.
So, this brings up the same idea we had last week with the submarine and Stockton Rush.
Yes.
Although Stockton Rush was a billionaire and this store is what the Americans would call a mum and pop store, it's the exact same idea.
Yeah, pretty much.
We have a private business owner going around the rules because they don't think it's important.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
No reason. Continue.
Right. I know I'm going to come across as a stick in the mud, but the rules are there for a reason.
I knew you were going there.
Well, you have to follow the rules. Right. The right wing says that these, quote, mum and pop stores shouldn't have to follow the same rules as it would cost too much money to fix the pipes. Right?
Yes.
We're killing small businesses by forcing them to, go along with the same rules as big businesses.
Yeah.
That's what they'll say.
Yes.
Right? They make the same argument about the minimum wage. They say, well, the big businesses, they can afford to pay a decent wage. Yeah. But a mom and pop store can't afford to pay that wage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it's not right to impose a minimum wage because it will kill businesses.
Yes.
But in both cases, my reply is the same. That's the cost of doing business, right?
I was going to say, as a reply to that, it might kill businesses, but it would also kill people not to have a minimum wage. Okay, I know this is completely unrelated, right? But on Twitter, I saw a restaurant that had, you contribute
health insurance.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's so terrible. Why would you do that?
It's gross. But
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
The point being that what is the point? Look, I can't say, well, I want to compete with Pig and Pay as a wholesaler.
Yeah.
The only problem is I don't have the money to buy to buy stock.
Then how are you going to sell?
Yeah, it's unfair to me that I don't have the money to buy, stock.
Yeah.
Me not having money is killing my business.
Oh, really?
Similarly, these people are like, well, having to pay my employees a fair wage, that's it's not fair. How can I compete with another business if well, you can't. You can't, right? Then next, but anyway, this Wade guy, he hears her sob story and tries to take back his write-up.
Well,
That was so unethical, bro.
he also just cries for everything.
Yeah, I think this guy's horny for her. But that's not
that-
what I think. That's the part of the movie.
Yeah,
but I
that's-
mean, the reason he took away or he tried to undo the write-up
Yes.
is because he's horny for this girl,
Okay.
right?
That is, yeah, it's
It's a
reasonable.
dereliction of duty. You should be fired.
Yeah.
But all right. Next, we get the backstory of why the parents left the Fireland.
Yes.
To me, it's genuinely gibberish, right?
Okay. Yeah.
A storm came one
yeah.
day and fucked up the house,
Yes.
which leads the mother to say, "We had to leave. It was the only way to create a better life." Right?
Yeah.
I'd understand if she said, "Well, our house got fucked up, so we decided to start fresh somewhere else." You know,
Yeah.
like, well, there's nothing, keeping us here. We might, we always wanted to travel around, so
Yes.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Instead, being like, that thing came and fucked up. The storm came and fucked up our house.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were forced to leave. Who forced you? The way she's making it seem like that was the only thing they could do.
Did they... Maybe the fire people had limited resources and they couldn't build new houses.
No, but the father is upset that they're leaving.
Yes. Which doesn't make...
Sorry,
Yeah.
not Ember's father.
Yeah. The father's
father
her grandfather
is upset
yes.
that they're leaving, meaning
the chief of the fire people.
meaning there was an opportunity for them to stay.
Yes.
The parents just decided to leave.
Yes.
And again, that's fine, but the way they framing it as if though
They must leave because of the storm.
yeah, like I don't know, they saw some prophecy that they had to move to the city. It's fine to make a choice.
Yes.
In fact, that's what happens to Ember at the end of this movie. She
Yes.
makes a choice. That's why I'm like, it would be a better parallel if the parents weren't forced to move to this place. They just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And the people were upset with them because they wanted them to stay there.
Yes.
That would be a more, I don't know,
Logical.
a clean like story.
Yeah.
This that like they were forced out. It's not the same as the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, right. Again, like I said, if they just said, "Hey, we want to move," that'd be fine, right?
Yeah.
It just puzzled me a bit, this thing.
It also wouldn't take anything away from it. It would actually add to the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you want to give them a backstory, give them the logical
But like I
backstory.
said, this ties into the fact that Ember is making a choice.
Yes.
Her choice is not to work at the shop. Her choice is to become
An artist.
a glass molder.
Okay.
Which, yes, I guess artist is the right word.
A glassist. A glassist. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they go to the elemental version of basketball.
Yeah.
And Wade starts a Mexican wave to cheer up the star player who recently lost his mother.
Aww.
Which I was just like, how is this the only guy like? There's a whole stadium
Yes.
who I assume are obsessed with this like sport and they know every player.
Yes.
He's the only one who knows that this guy's upset and
Yes.
can see that this guy's upset.
Yeah.
Everyone else was like, "Oh, this guy who recently lost his mother is having a bad game."
Yeah.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo! Wade was the only one who was. But yeah, again, it's kind of nonsensical, but it's a kids' movie, so it's not like.
I feel like it highlights the struggles of professional athletes sometimes.
Oh.
Like, yeah, it's deep, right? Like,
Okay. Okay. Yes.
yeah, like it. I mean, in theory, it. How do I describe
Again,
this?
I don't have a problem with it happening. I'm just wondering why Wade was the only one that
Yes,
said something.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like, okay, obviously it wouldn't make sense in a kids movie, but like crowd mentality, or herd mentality, or whatever it is, where you're like, when you're in a crowd, someone does something and you're like, oh, I can do this thing as well, and so everyone starts booing.
All right, sure.
But that's the best I've got for that.
Okay. Anyway, using emotional blackmail, they convinced the cloud to also not do her job. Right?
Cloud, yes.
This is blatant corruption. And they portrayed it in a positive way in a kids' movie. So, I don't know. If
Also-
kids grow up from this movie and they're like, well, let's just take, the person to our equivalent of a basketball game and then you'll get
out of whatever.
Yeah, you'll get out of whatever trouble you have.
Yes.
That's a bad message to be telling kids. But anyway.
But also, airball seems to be an inherently racist game. Because nobody else can play it. It's just the cloud people.
But again, this is the same thing I was saying about marry fire,
Yeah.
In real life, we're all human.
Yeah.
And we can all play the same sports.
Yes.
But in their world, of course they would have,
Different.
specific sports to specific people, because obviously fire people can't go certain places, water people can't go certain places. It's like...
Right.
So again, the metaphor works. The literal is very odd and kind of contradicts the main point of the movie.
Yes.
But yeah. Anyway, they then go to find the leak. Yes. And while they're on the hot air balloon, Ember tells the story of when she was a small girl and her father took her to see a flower.
Yes.
But they didn't allow fire people in.
Yes.
And once again, I have to agree with the racists, right? Sorry. Sorry to the listeners, but the racists were right.
The racists were right.
If you're a fire person, you shouldn't be going into a place where, like, if you, like Ember?
Yes.
Whenever she gets upset, her fire, like, grows.
Yeah.
So if she got upset and burnt, like, the art in the place, it would fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it's not art, it's a
tree.
Yeah, but it's like a garden they go into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she could burn the whole garden.
But I swear she says something like, it's the one plant that can live anywhere, basically.
Yes, that's what... I understand that. It can live everywhere, but it's in this museum.
Yeah.
So she could blow up the museum.
Okay, yeah, fair.
If they...
blow up everything else besides that.
The thing is, if they took that plant and they put it outside, and they still didn't allow her, that would be different.
Yes.
But it's like, in this very small environment, you might burn something.
Yeah.
It's totally reasonable to exclude fire people.
Yes.
So yeah, the racists were right.
Yes. Yes. The racists were right.
Yeah. Anyway, the next day, because the shop wasn't shut down, and because a real team didn't go to solve the issue, the store starts flooding again.
Yes.
And Ember has to do another quick fix.
Yes.
Bernie then makes Wade try his food. Which this is a very funny. He's like, "Oh, try it," and then suddenly he's like, "What if I put a little bit of water in it?" And like, "Oh, this is pretty good." And the father's like, "You are banned." Overall, my favorite interactions were between the father and Wade.
Yeah.
Because like even late in the movie, he's like, "I know you. You're the food inspector." And it's like, he says something like, "I love your daughter," and he's like, "What kind of food inspection is this?" So yeah, between the father and Wade was the funniest kind of stuff was being said, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say? You're just kind of saying, just...
Oh, yeah, I'm agreeing with the things that you're saying because we have very similar notes.
All right. Oh.
Yeah.
Is it because you have access to this document? You just copied and pasted it into your notes?
No, these are different notes, I promise.
All right. Well, you switched like... I don't know. You know when you put it in your own words. you take a paragraph from the textbook and you change a few words here and there to make it seem like you didn't copy it. I see what you've done. Right. So they go to the beach.
Yes.
And Ember gets the idea to turn sand into glass to seal up the place.
Yes.
Where the flooding was coming from.
Yes.
Once again, I don't know who allowed this. She's a private citizen. It's the government's job to fix the situation.
Yes.
Who knows if her solution will work? Is it backed by any science?
No.
It's also sketchy. She was just like, "Oh, this should work."
Yeah.
She made a glass thing and then fucked off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right, and spoiler alert, that thing breaks. There's a biblical flood at the end of the movie because the science team didn't come in and they just left some private person to do this. This is government corruption, bro.
Yeah.
That entire department should be fired. The Cloud, Wade, this lady should be in jail.
But also,
yeah,
how did they not catch that massive door that was open. Like, it's not like a tiny, like, when he said he was looking for leaks, right? I expected it to be like a pipe burst very lightly and it's just spraying water.
Listen, I don't have the answer. I don't know about pipes, right? Well, that entire part of the story, I'm like, A+. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I assume you're all correct. Good job, guys. You, I assume, know more about plumbing.
Yes.
So, yeah, ask your questions, but I'm just saying I don't have any answers.
Listener, if you're a plumber,
Yeah, write in. And if your name is Mario, double write it.
Also, if you have a brother named Luigi,
Yeah.
ask him to write in as well.
Then it seems like, planned.
Yeah.
Like their parents were like, "Oh, we're gonna name you Mario and Luigi." If your name just happens to be Mario and you're a plumber, it's more like coincidence. But yeah, especially if you're like older than like you became a plumber in the late 70s.
Yeah.
And then, some fucked up games, had as a character with the same name as you, and suddenly people think you became a plumber based on that game. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Right?
Okay.
The next scene is at Wade's house.
Yes.
This is when my favorite joke of the movie happens. Right?
Okay.
The guy says, "Oh, I just like to dabble in watercolors." Or as we call them, colors. I know, that made me burst out into laughter. So Wade's mother encourages Ember to hone her glass-making talent.
Yeah.
Right? This sets up the conflict of the movie.
Yeah.
Doing what's expected of her versus doing what she wants to do.
Yeah.
Right. The solution is obviously to do what she wants to do.
Yes.
Her parents did what they wanted to do and were shunned, so obviously they would allow their daughter to do what she wants to do without being shunned.
Usually you'd think that's how that works. Yeah.
Well, that's the obvious
The
follow through
takeaway.
for this movie.
Yes.
But again, this is a kid's movie.
Yes.
If this were an adult's movie, this is where all the tension would evaporate.
Yes.
Like this would be this is where your problem gets solved.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But because it's a kid's movie, we have to keep up this pretense that it's a choice between doing what I want to do versus what I have to do.
Yeah.
And so next Wade takes her to the museum to see the flower.
Yeah.
Which in the time since her being a kid and now, that museum has been flooded.
Yeah. Yes.
So the Cloud Lady creates an air pocket for Ember.
Yes.
Right? They have a fun scene, but again, she almost dies while being there.
Yes.
Showing again that it's not right to break the rules.
Yes.
So, yeah. This movie has just shown me how important it is to follow the rules.
Okay.
Because they just do whatever whatever the hell they want, right?
Yes.
And government employees are helping her do all this, right?
Yes.
This is corruption.
Yeah, pretty much.
It really makes me upset.
That is reasonable.
It's trying
you can be upset.
It's trying to make it seem as if though government corruption is the norm.
Okay.
Or should be viewed as the norm.
Yeah.
When I'm not saying government corruption doesn't happen, I'm saying it shouldn't be viewed as normal. It should be viewed as abnormal.
Yes.
Right. But anyway, Wade rescues her and they touch hands, which, quote, proves they can be together.
Yeah.
Right? Once again, simply touching hands is not enough for an adult relationship.
Yes.
I'll only be satisfied if they show full penetration.
Oh, God.
You know my name, my middle name, full penetration or nothing.
Oh, God.
Presh, full penetration or nothing. That's my full name. I don't know why my parents gave me that name, but that's my name. Yeah.
You could probably find that on the internet somewhere.
Anyway, Ember feels guilty and goes back to the shop where they're having a ceremony to pass the shop to her.
Yes.
Wade shows up and accidentally lets it slip that Ember's the one who broke the pipe.
Yes.
They have a fight and Wade leaves.
Yes.
Her father accuses her of causing the leakage and unretires.
Yes.
And let's be clear, yes, Ember was the one who burst the pipe.
She did.
But her father is responsible for not having the pipes up to code.
That is true, yeah.
It's
She says he built it from the ground up. So
I couldn't believe this, like, little, I don't know what like ninjutsu of blaming her when he's clearly the, if anything, he's the villain of this movie. You're right. He's the one who built that fucked up shop. Well, I guess no, the villain of the movie is Gail and Wade for not,
Oh, so you know her name. You're just calling her the Cloud.
She's clearly the Cloud Lady. Is she not a Cloud Lady?
She is a Cloud Lady, yes.
So I've been right.
Technically, yes.
If I call you that guy,
yeah,
is that wrong?
Well, no.
You're some guy, right?
Well, I'm this guy.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm me as a guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as me saying that Cloud Lady and Gail.
Yes.
You know what I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
So what's your issue?
I'm just saying, like,
I didn't say
refer to her
I didn't
by
say
name.
I don't know her name. I said that Cloud Lady.
Yes.
Are we happy now?
Yes. Okay.
Alright.
We're happy. Cool.
I know her name. Right. Oh, I think the reason is I wrote her name here in my notes. That's why. I didn't know.
I didn't know her name up until this point.
Yeah. So where the fuck am I? Right.
At your house?
Frankly, I hope the local council shuts down the store. Because, yeah, honestly, the government people not shutting this place down,
Yes.
they are the real villains.
Yes.
Right? Because obviously this guy's going to try and get away with whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's them not coming down hard enough on him that is the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, due to the fact that Ember and not experienced people with proper tools fixed the leak, the glass breaks and a biblical flood is caused. Right?
Who could have seen that one coming?
Me.
Wow.
I saw it.
Damn.
Obviously,
I didn't.
Yeah, this is a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Kids, they're like, oh yeah, that glass will solve the water.
Yeah.
I saw through it. Not just because it's see-through, but because I was aware that it wouldn't work. That's also why, right? Ember goes to save the blue flame in the shop,
Yes.
and Wade joins her.
Yeah.
But Wade is killed due to her not letting go of the traditions.
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie. Wade is dead.
Yeah. Romeo and Juliet, right there.
That's not Romeo and Juliet.
Well, both of them die.
Well, there has to be a death fake out.
Yeah, true.
There wasn't a death fake out. Wade just died. That's how the movie ended.
Yeah, damn, actually, you're right.
But anyway, unfortunately, they did a Jesus scenario.
A death fake out.
Yeah, they came back to life.
Yeah.
No, he did die.
Well,
He evaporated.
yeah, but...
And he came back. It wasn't a fake out means you don't die.
Oh, you just... Other people think you're
Yeah,
dead.
people think you're dead, but you don't die. This guy died. He evaporated.
But how do we know that he's dead? Because he starts crying as, like,
He
droplets.
reconstituted himself.
Okay. So you don't just become, like, steam and then blow out the chimney or whatever? Because I feel like that's...
I feel he died and came back to life.
Okay. Because I'm thinking...
I'm not
he
really
was-
thinking of Jesus. I'm thinking of Dr. Manhattan. You know when he puts himself back together atom by atom?
Yes.
I think that's what happened here.
That would make a lot of sense.
Dr. Manhattan died and he,
Yes.
reconstituted. Similarly, I
Yeah.
think he died.
Okay.
So, I don't think it's a fake out. I think he did die. It's
Okay.
just the power of love brought him back.
Aww.
For one. But also, yeah,
He's Dr. Manhattan.
poor writing.
Oh.
Like, we should know about this ability.
Yeah.
Is there an earlier scene where, like, a water person gets evaporated and they put themselves back together?
No.
Because if there was, I'd be a lot more accepting of this.
Yeah.
Because they set it up.
Yeah.
This seems like,
Yeah. If there's like an air vent or something and a water person walks and like Marilyn Monroe's, but instead of,
Yes, I
the dress,
understand.
they just...
Hmm.
And then they fly off and come back together somewhere else.
Hmm.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, if
But-
that idea was set up,
Yes.
it would make more sense.
Yeah.
The fact that this just happened, I was like,
Yeah. There's not much to go on to believe that he comes back.
Hmm.
But maybe that's the whole like surprise of him coming back.
Yeah. But anyway, the obvious conclusion of her parents accepting her happens.
Yeah.
And then Wade resurrects.
Yes.
They kiss, which again proves nothing.
Yeah. I mean, cool.
I'm not satisfied with the kiss. Sorry. Sorry, movie. Sorry. Sorry, the studio Pixar. I need full penetration. Right? And then the movie ends with Ember and her dad doing the bow, which we,
Yes.
Yeah, we assumed would happen.
Yes. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't really have, I don't know, much more to say.
I mean, yeah, same.
Very quick review this week, I feel.
Although, actually, very important question. Do the fire people burn air?
Burn air.
You know, like how fire needs fuel, right?
Yeah.
And oxygen is one of those things that it needs.
Yeah.
Because every time they...
sorry. Are clouds elements?
Well...
I don't know why I let that go. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, they're kind of a mix of elements, I guess.
They're a mix of air and water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what the hell?
Yeah.
This is really fucked up. They murdered the air elements. Where are the air elements?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
What was I saying? That's a very good question. Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. So...
Are you drunk?
No. So if the fire people burn air... like
yes, burn air. That's
because
what I'm saying.
every time
But I
they...
also forgot.
Because every time they breathe in, they like... not smolder, but like, you know when you've got embers and you're fanning them and they like glow. The fire people do that. So I'm assuming that they burn air, right?
Yeah. Well, they like, if like a little bit of fire goes away, they give them a little log of wood.
Yeah,
and they gain the fire back.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming that's part of the fuel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't know. I'm not a science guy. I don't know about the science.
Okay.
Are you a science guy?
I'm not a science guy.
Bro, there was another episode where you said you were. This is going to contradict the canon. The listeners don't know what to believe now. Are you or are you not a science guy?
Yes.
Fuck. Alright. If we were playing Cluedo,
Yes.
would you be Professor Plum or Colonel Mustard?
You know the answer to this because we played Cluedo together.
I don't know the answer because I forgot. But yes, Professor Plum because you're a science guy.
No, I would be Colonel Mustard.
So you're not a science guy.
No.
We've caught him. Listeners. But anyway, carry on. Are we done here?
I was just going to say, why don't she suffocate in the bubble? I feel like there's a few holes in that bubble plan.
Well, they said there's enough air for you.
Yeah.
So maybe he took into consideration the amount of air that she burns.
Maybe.
But this guy has proven to be an idiot this whole movie, so I don't know. She should have probably died in that air bubble.
Yeah.
But whatever. And it's like, this is the thing. I usually don't like to point out plot holes in a kid's movie.
Yeah.
But again, this is a Pixar movie. This is supposed to hold up to scrutiny,
Yeah.
of an adult viewing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm actually bumping it down to a 5.
Unbelievable. You know what? Fair enough, actually.
Alright. So can we move on?
Yeah.
So, I wanted to do a small segment.
A segment. Okay.
Yes. We are halfway through the year.
We are halfway through the year, yes.
We should have actually done this last week, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I wanted to go through, like, the best and worst of the year.
Okay.
So I have a top 10.
Okay.
And then I was doing a worst 10. But I only have, like, one movie that I genuinely dislike.
Okay.
That I have this year.
Okay.
And it's just for... Not just for the movies we've covered on the show. It's just for,
Okay.
movies we've seen in general.
Yeah. Okay.
This year. So do you
Yes.
have a list?
Yeah. So, in my top movies of the year, Across the Spider-Verse, for me, has to be number 1. I loved it so much. I literally could not get enough of it. And then, probably, I've got like basically just a top 3 because...
That's fine.
But like 2 and 3 kind of... I don't know. I'm not sure about them.
Alright.
But it's between John Wick, 4, John Wick Chapter 4,
Yeah.
and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But I'm still not entirely sure about which one where,
Fair enough.
because they're very different genres. So
Yes.
it's apples to oranges.
Do you have a bottom 3?
A bottom 3. I didn't actually think of a bottom 3, but I didn't actually enjoy Ant-Man all that much.
All right.
Like, I expected to, and then I didn't. But that's pretty much it, really.
All right. Well, I don't mind because people mainly use a website called Letterboxd
Okay.
where they catalog the movies they watch.
Yeah.
But I don't use Letterboxd because Letterboxd doesn't do TV shows.
Oh,
So I use a service called Tract.tv.
okay.
Trakt.tv.
Okay.
And on that site, I just went and looked up,
All the
movies,
stuff you-
movies in 2020, and then what's the word?
Sorted by rating.
Yeah, sorted by rating.
Yeah.
So, and then I just wrote down, right.
Whatever you rated top.
But there's certain ones there's a bunch of 7s.
Okay.
So I just picked the ones that I liked the most.
Okay.
So that's that. My tiebreakers are just how much I like something.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fair.
So number 1, I've only had one 10 out of 10 this year.
Okay.
Far and away my favorite movie, and I think the best movie of this year is Beau is Afraid.
Okay.
Well, he's certainly not afraid, you know. But I haven't seen a movie this year that's a 9.
Okay.
Well, sorry, I should say that I saw this year that came out this year.
Yes, a
'Cause
new release.
Yes, a movie that was released this year.
Yeah.
Right, because I have seen 9s.
Yeah.
Just not from this year.
Yeah.
So number 2, it's 8 out of 10. It's called Knock at the Cabin.
Okay.
It's by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
You know who it is.
Yeah.
I went to watch this. Lots of fun.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it's not fun. It's a very hectic movie, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Stars Jonathan Groff,
Okay.
Dave Bautista, who's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just a very good movie.
Oh, okay.
Number 3, Infinity Pool.
Okay.
Do you know Brandon Cronenberg?
I've heard the name.
I doubt it. I think you've heard of his dad, David Cronenberg.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, David Cronenberg is a very well-known filmmaker.
Yeah.
His son, Brandon, aka Baby Cronenberg, this is his second movie. It's called Infinity Pool.
Okay.
It stars Mia Goth. You know we are speaking about Pearl.
Yeah.
The lady who stars as Pearl, that's Mia Goth.
Okay.
And she was in X, and she's gonna be the titular Maxine. She's in all of
Right.
the
Okay, yeah.
things, right? She's in Infinity Pool. She's the villain.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Number 4, I have Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I forgot about that.
The Honor Amongst Thieves.
Yeah.
Again, I had so much fun with it. I didn't realize I didn't think I would,
Yeah.
and yeah, it just took me by surprise.
Yeah.
The rest of the list, 5 through 10, are all 7s.
Okay.
And I have more 7s that I liked. These are just the,
The ones that made it into the top 10.
the ones that I liked the most.
Yeah.
Number 5, Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
7, again, I didn't like it as much as you, and I took one down for the labor issues.
Yeah.
So that would have been 5 anyway,
Yeah.
with the other 8s. But yeah, Across the Spider-Verse. The 3 that I have at 8,
Yes.
Knock at the Cabin, Infinity Pool, Dungeons and Dragons, we haven't covered here.
Yes.
Beau is Afraid and the 7s we have covered here, except for
Yes.
one, which I'll get to. So I don't want to speak about all of those.
Okay.
I'll just say that's the thing, and then you can go refer back to our episode if you want to, hear more in-depth thoughts.
Yeah.
So 6, Renfield.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. The Nicolas Hoult movie.
Yes. Next squared.
7, Transformers Rise of the Beasts.
Yeah.
Another one that just took me by surprise. Very shocked how much I enjoyed it.
Okay.
8, John Wick 4. A return to form after I didn't really like John Wick 3 that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still not as good as the first 2. But still, I enjoyed it a lot. Spoiler alert, his death.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe you would spoil the movie like that.
But they announced John Wick 5 earlier this month. And I don't think we mentioned it on the pod.
We did not.
Because I don't know how that's going to work. It's very odd. And
Yeah.
I would probably -1 from the 7 if he's not dead. If that was a fake out,
Romeo and
because
Juliet.
I really like the idea of him dying.
Yeah.
Bringing him back like so quickly, like before the year ended, a story came out that they talking about another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first two.
Okay.
Again, we spoke about it on the episode, but it didn't reach my expectations, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
Number 10, we didn't speak about on the pod. It's called Mithragan.
Mithragan. Mithragan?
I guess it's supposed to be pronounced Megan,
Oh. Okay, yes.
but the E's are 3.
Mithragan.
Mithragan.
Yeah,
But yes,
reasonable.
It's about like a killer doll.
Yeah.
Well, she's not a doll. She's like a robot.
Okay.
Yeah, like a robot that like plays with kids.
Okay.
Like a friend, a robot friend.
Yeah.
And then she becomes a killer robot.
Jeez. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my 10 that I've enjoyed the most.
Okay.
Well, I don't have it written down here, but I've been hearing excellent things about a movie called Master Gardener.
Okay.
I saw the trailer for it when I went to watch Fast X.
Okay.
I've only heard good things about that.
Okay.
It stars Joel Edgerton.
Okay.
He's Uncle Owen in the prequels.
Oh, right. Okay.
You don't know.
You can't prove that.
You have no idea what I'm talking about. But he's Tom Buchanan in the...
Oh, right. In the Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby,
Yeah.
the 2013 one.
Yeah.
He's,
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll know that guy when you see him.
Yeah.
I think he was also in that Catherine Bigelow movie, Zero Dark 30.
Oh. Okay.
But it doesn't matter. Does it?
Yeah.
Right, Joel Edgerton.
Okay. Yes.
I'm looking forward to that. It's only coming out here in September.
Okay.
Then another one is called Past Lives.
Okay.
It's an A24 movie. Just been getting rave reviews. I want to see it. It's a love story.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to see that also coming out here in September.
Okay.
So quite a while away.
Yeah. A little bit away. But
Yeah.
We'll get it done.
Worst movies of the year.
Yes.
I only have one.
Okay.
Because there's only one movie below a 5.
Okay.
That movie is the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay.
I don't know why you're laughing.
Because we have very different tastes.
Alright.
Yeah.
But that movie made me resent doing this podcast. If I wasn't doing this podcast, I would never have watched that movie. It's just truly a movie for babies. Right? Even though Elemental,
Mm-hmm.
I said it's not like complex like a Pixar movie should be.
Yeah.
It was still more. I gave more respect to the audience than the Super Mario Brothers movie. I'm shocked that the Super Mario Brothers movie made $1 billion. It's the highest grossing movie of this year.
Yeah.
That's one. 2, it's our highest rated episode.
Yeah.
It's the episode where we have the most listeners. And that makes me fucking furious. I hate that movie so much. Unbelievable. But yeah.
It's gotta be because of my infectious enthusiasm for it.
Anyway, recommendations.
I honestly have had no time to watch anything in the past week and a half.
Mm.
So,
Even
literally no recommendation.
Well, I was celebrating the 4th of July. What are you doing?
Actually, what was I doing?
Probably gaming.
I was partying.
Listen, you gotta put all that games away. Throw in the bin.
Okay. I don't know how that works when they're not like on discs.
Listeners, I'm gonna de-gamify my co-host.
Okay.
I'm gonna save his soul. Right?
Good luck.
Alright, I'm just letting you know and the listeners know.
Okay.
Alright, can we move on?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, Secret Invasion.
Yes.
I didn't mention this in the last episode, but I'd watched the first episode.
Oh, okay.
And now, because we've delayed this episode,
Yes.
The next 2 have come out. So, we're on episode 3 now.
Yes.
And it's pretty great.
Okay.
I'm kind of shocked that a Marvel property has me this invested and this, like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
in it. The villain is phenomenal.
Okay.
And Don Cheadle,
Mm.
he's Rhodey.
Yeah.
He's outstanding.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, but the two of them are in, like, very small
Mm.
doses.
Okay.
Don't go into that show expecting them to be the two
The main characters.
The main characters, yeah. It's just in the like 5-minute segments we see those guys.
Yeah.
They are outstanding.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's only 3 episodes in, so we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully well.
Yeah. The next thing is a movie called Southland Tales.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So there's a guy, a filmmaker's name is Richard Kelly.
Okay.
So he made a movie called Donnie Darko.
Okay.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Seriously?
Yes.
It's a very it's a cult hit.
Okay.
It's a bizarre movie that it's very difficult to comprehend.
Okay.
And it flopped in theaters, but it made a lot of money on DVD sales, etc.
Okay.
So he was given, leeway with his next movie.
Okay.
And he made this movie called Southland Tales.
So it's like one for me, one for you.
Yeah, more for blank check.
Okay.
That this movie did so well that he has greater freedom on the next one.
Okay, yeah.
Not really, because both Donnie Darko and Southland Tales, none of them are for the studio.
Oh.
Both
okay.
of them are very bizarre.
Okay. Yeah. Just kind of
pure
art.
But this is the thing. A lot of people hate Southland Tales.
Okay.
Because they just felt like he was being too indulgent.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of ideas are up his ass, things he feels are too that are profound ideas aren't really that profound or insightful. Yeah. It's just kind of gibberish.
Okay.
So there's stuff like that, and so I watched it, and it's neither the worst movie ever made or this amazing, thing that will give you a breakthrough. It's just it's a fine, meandering kind of movie.
Okay.
It's a lot of waffling, I'm not gonna lie. There's so much of waffling. I'm just you could cut this scene, you could cut that, you could cut this. There's so much of nonsense, but on the whole it was pretty fun.
Okay.
But yes, they could have easily been trimmed by an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I was saying? A merciful 90 minutes.
Yeah.
This movie was 2.5 hours.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
That's a while.
Yeah. The next thing is I watched a movie called Maximum Truth.
Okay.
It's a mockumentary starring Ike Barinholtz and what's that guy's name?
Someone else.
He styles on Teen Wolf.
He styles on Teen Wolf.
His name is Dylan something. He's one of the the Maze Runner.
Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Yes. He's the two of them are political consultants. There's somebody who's clearly lying, and they run a campaign for a propaganda campaign on behalf of them. Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Very funny, but it's straight to DVD.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was not straight to DVD. Obviously, I'm saying it's the equivalent of straight to DVD.
Yeah.
It didn't go to theaters.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, I watched a movie called The Kid Detective.
Okay.
It's about, do you know Encyclopedia Brown?
No.
Right.
Is that someone or a book?
It's the name of a character in a book.
Oh.
Right, he's a boy detective.
Okay.
So this is a movie imagining not him specifically, but that type of character grown up.
Oh, okay.
Right, he's in his early 30s and he's still a detective, and he's
detecting.
He's kind of washed up. Right? It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's really up my alley.
Okay.
Then I was saying I'm watching Tim Burton's
yes
things. I watched Batman and Batman Returns.
Okay. And
we were speaking a few weeks back about Jason Momoa and Fast and Furious.
Yes.
There's a scene where he was speaking to a dead body, and he's like, "Did you say I should kill them?"
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
That's straight from Batman. The Joker does that too. The Joker burns somebody's body, and then he turns to the corpse and he's like, "Did you say I should murder them?"
Yeah.
And I said Jason Momoa is essentially the Joker, but I was thinking about Heath Ledger, not Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really loved tell me, friend, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Oh, that's such a smooth line.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Oh. all right, but for whatever reason he says that before he's about to kill somebody.
Yeah, but it's so
Yeah,
smooth.
it's a very very weird thing to say.
But it's so smooth.
Batman Returns.
Hmm.
This is the movie I'm more familiar with.
Yes.
Because it used to be on TV all the time
Yeah.
when I was a child, right? And it's not a children's movie.
No.
It's so fucked up, bro. The penguin is just vomiting that black bile. It's just the penguin like bit somebody's nose. It's such a fucked up thing, bro.
But it was there on TV.
Nicole Kidman. No. Nicole?
Scherzinger.
No. Fuck, her name's not even Nicole. Michelle Pfeiffer. Michelle Pfeiffer is so hot, bro. It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Perhaps their funniest ever episode. they
Okay.
had not a crossover because the show is over now, but like they had Aaron Paul and
Walter White, whatever his...
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
There we go.
His character is Walter White.
Yes.
His name is Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
The two of them were guest starring on It's Always Funny.
Oh, nice.
It's Always Sunny, not It's Always Funny.
It's all,
But
well, both.
it is always funny.
Yeah.
That it's truly maybe their best ever episode. Perhaps it's recency bias, so I want to revisit this in a while, but like genuinely I couldn't stop laughing throughout that episode, bro. So good. Anyway, the next in the Park Chan-wook series on Blank Check,
Yeah.
Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance.
Okay.
It's another 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
But in the first 20 minutes, I'm like, this is a 10 out of 10. Why did I give it 9?
Yeah.
And then at about half an hour through, I realized why.
Oh.
It's an extremely upsetting movie.
Oh, okay.
Not really because of the quality.
Yeah.
It's just, it's too fucked up for me.
It's the content that's the problem.
Certain things just fuck me up, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I say about it. It's not like Old Boy where there's like a huge twist.
Yeah.
But there is a twist at this.
Okay.
That like,
There's a baby twist.
a baby twist.
Yeah. It's like a big twist, but
Alright, yeah.
small twist.
Anyway, I'm done.
Okay, cool.
So, you said you don't have any.
Yeah.
Too busy gaming.
Too busy gaming.
Alright, yeah, thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, give a like, etc. Importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review.
Has to be.
Please subscribe on Patreon to listen to our movie commentaries. We'll be doing Indiana Jones this month.
Yeah. The whole month.
Whole month of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You can find all our links at PAICIP.com, PAICIP.com. Please tell a friend, and tell that friend to tell a friend. Tell a family member.
Tell everyone.
And, I think that's it. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Alright, bye.
Goodbye.
Au revoir.